Peace and radical blessings to all of you. I am Michael B. Beckwith, founder of the Agape International Spiritual Center and the originator of what is called the life visioning process. I'm going to take us through a moment of meditation with the emphasis being on life visioning. What I would like for you to do is to allow yourself to relax, your back straight and erect, but not being rigid. Let's close the eyes. Have your feet firmly on the ground. Let's have your hands on your lap facing upward as a sign of receptivity. And give yourself permission to be right here and right now. Extricate yourself from embracing the past or anticipating a future. You're right here where your breath is. The breath is a talisman for remaining present. Now I want you to think about a moment in your life where you had an encounter with unconditional love. A moment in which you were loved without any conditions whatsoever, no agenda, no merit or demerit system. You're just turning within and you're just striking the mystic chord of memory where that encounter is concerned. Maybe you experienced direct unconditional love from a grandparent, a friend, an associate, a pet even. But the feeling tone is distinct. You weren't loved because you did something wonderful, received an award, graduated from school. You were just loved because you were you. Now, if you cannot remember such a moment, allow for your imagination to imagine what it would feel like to be loved unconditionally. And your imagination will inform your mind and your brain. Cannot tell the difference between that which really happened and the experience of unconditional love that you're creating in your imagination. Just allow that to move through your awareness. The feeling tone of being totally loved, the sacred environment of being safe, loved, taken care of. What does that feel like? Now I invite you to take a deep, pure inhalation and suspend it at the apex. When you get to the place where you cannot receive any more air, just suspend the air right there. When you hear me clap my hand, multiply this feeling times 10. Do not ask how to do it. Just let it happen and then release the air. Multiply the feeling of unconditional love. Release. Just feel the intensity of being loved and supported and taken care of. Take another breath. Receive one. Sustain it at the apex. When you hear me clap my hand, you will magnify this feeling tone by 50 and release the oxygen. You're surrounded in a field of love, support, being taken care of. You're safe. Once again, inhalation. Sustain. A little bit more air in. Sustain it. When you hear the clap of my hand, you'll magnify this exponentially times 100 and you'll allow the breath to come out. Release. Now in this feeling tone, you're going to ask a question. Every question that you ask is always answered by the universal presence through universal law. This is an empowering question. Question you're going to ask in more than one way. Simply inside of your own being, say, what is it that's within me that is seeking to emerge right now? What gift am I to bring to the world? What is the vision of my life that is pulling me into expression of a greater sense of what I am? However it is you ask this question, you're becoming increasingly aware that there is something within you before time began that was planted within you. And in this incarnation, you are remembering the promise you gave to yourself that you would release it, you would activate it, you would express it. And we begin with an empowering question. What is the vision for my life? What gift do I have to give to this world? Or what is seeking to emerge through me right now? Not based on parental fantasies, religious fantasies, cultural or society fantasies. This is something that's within you, independent of all of those external relations. What's trying to emerge through me? What gift do I have to give? What is the vision for my life? Sit with that for a moment, and without censorship or denial, allow it to become more and more prevalent in your awareness. You're setting something in motion by the question you are asking. It may dawn upon your consciousness. It may come as a feeling tone, a gut feeling, a hunch, a remembrance. You're simply activating your spiritual faculty of seeing the invisible and hearing the inaudible, catching vision. Sit with this for a moment. Simultaneously, embrace the second question. Second question is, what do I have to become in order to bring into expression or manifest this vision that's pulling me? What is my growing edge? Where must I grow in my own livingness to be able to birth this vision that is now calling me, articulating itself with every breath that I take? What must I become? So you are simultaneously available to the vision articulating itself while you're catching your growing edge. Where must you grow in your own life? What qualities must be enhanced? What talents must be brushed off? Sit with it. You're available to catching the vision for your life. The universe's idea of itself as you. And you're available to your own place where you need to grow. This is not a judgment exercise. It's an awareness exercise. What am I to become? Where must I grow? Third question. What do I have that can be in service to this expanding vision? What do I have that can be in service to the vision, can be in service to what I'm called to express? What inner or outer resources are available to me right now that can be in service to the manifestation of this vision? This is important. There is a sacred law that says to he or she who has, more is given. But to he or she who has not, even that which they have shall be taken away. It's not a personal law. It's simply saying that as you vibrate with being and having, you become available to more showing up in your life. If you're vibrating at the frequency of scarcity or not having, you cut yourself off from that which is trying to express through you, and you may even lose something that you have. What do you have in your house? What do you have in your consciousness? Inner and outer resources that can be in service to the vision that is more and more articulating itself in a language and in a way that you can understand. What is the vision for my life? What must I become to embody and manifest this vision? And what do I already have that can be in service to the outpicturing of the vision? So that you're vibrating with being and having. The frequency of having. Sit with this for a moment. Through the asking of these empowering questions in this meditative space of unconditional love, you're activating your spiritual faculty that may have grown dormant, may have become materialized, but now we're opening up to catching vision, catching inner guidance as to our growing edge, and catching the feeling tone of what we have. For when you focus on what you have, rather than being hyper-focused on what you don't have, you expand the feeling tone of having, which brings forth grace and blessings into your life. Because that's the frequency that you are vibrating on. I've taught for years, your frequency is your currency. Your frequency brings forth into your life spontaneous goodness and great good, sometimes beyond your planning mind. Vision, becoming, having. Now ask, what is it that no longer serves me that I can now let go of? Again, this is not about judging anything about yourself. It's just an awareness exercise. Become aware of areas in your life that you can let go of. Habits, conversations, perceptions, beliefs that you can now let go of that don't serve you anymore. compulsive behaviors, defense mechanisms, may have served in the past, but they may be a hindrance now. What can you let go of? Doesn't serve you anymore. So here we sit, being absolutely available to the vision for our life, articulating itself in a language and in a way that we can understand. We're available to it in this field of unconditional love, pure safety and support. We're available to catching our own becoming. Where must we grow? We're able to catch the feeling tone. This is a feeling universe. We're able to catch the feeling tone of what we have already. Inner and outer resources that can be in service to the manifestation of our vision. We're available to observing what doesn't serve us anymore. And here, I want you to tap into the feeling tone of willingness. Scan your awareness and remember a moment that you became willing, the frequency of willingness. Even if you didn't know how to do something, but there was something within you that says, I'm willing. I'm willing to walk down this path. I'm willing to do something different. I'm willing to try something new. I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I'm willing. Catch the feeling tone of willingness, because willingness creates a way. Willfulness creates a vibrational wall. We're becoming willing. Feel the vibration of willingness within you. You don't have to know how to do everything, but everything is preceded by willingness. As we did earlier, take a nice, deep, pure inhalation. Sustain it at the apex. When you hear the clap of my hand, you will magnify the feeling tone of willingness and then allow for yourself to exhale. Again, in breath. Sustain. The clap of my hand, you'll magnify times 50. Release. Inhale. Sustain, magnified exponentially times 100, release. So here you are in a field of unconditional love, safety, and support. A field of willingness, a willingness to be captured by and to catch a vision of what's seeking to emerge through you, what gift you are to give, the vision that's pulling you. You're available in this moment to see what you are to become. Where are you growing? Where must you grow? What do you have in your house, your consciousness? Inner and outer resources that can be in service to the manifestation of the vision. And what you can now let go of. And through the power of willingness, where there is willingness, it provides a way. From this consciousness of willingness, it is my privilege and my honor to activate, to evoke the power The vibration of this word for everyone that is watching this meditation in this instant. This activated word is now allowing each and every being listening right now, you, to feel and sense and know the wonder of becoming. The word that I'm speaking is an activated word that is dissolving all hindrances, blockages. It's a law of elimination to anything that would hinder, delay, or obstruct the fullness of this vision, pulling individuals into the next great expression of themselves. This willingness is so vibrating within them that ways out of no ways show up. Spontaneous goodness and that which would be called the miraculous take place in their life now. I feel this in my bones, deep in my soul. Something wonderful is happening. Feel that something wonderful is happening now. I release this vibratory word, knowing that it is so. Therefore, I can say unequivocally, and so it is, now and forever. So be it. See, open our eyes. Be aware that you have set something in motion through this meditative visioning process. You may have captured something in this moment, but more may come to you in your dream state. More may come to you when you're thinking not, when you're in a moment of daydreaming. You'll suddenly get an insight about that which is within you that's trying to express itself. Regardless how it comes and when it comes, it's coming because you set something in motion. You may come back to this meditation moment over and over again to be activated in your own becoming. Have a beautiful and bright life. It's within you. You're now setting it free. Peace and blessings.